Ladies and gentlemen, this is Julien Masson from Adrenaline Combatives, and I'm here with Mr. Bobby Gabershek from CQB Groups. How you doing, man?
Hello, I'm good. Thank you for
Nice.
calling.
Really good to have you here, man. Really good. I've been following your work for years, man, and we know we have people in common. Like one of your students that I've been following as well for a very long time, Igor Grujic
He's one of my the best students
from the
from
Stockholm.
Yugoslavia or today Serbia. Yeah,
Yeah, very good martial artist, very good shooter. I've been watching him for a very long time, even since I was young, 15 years old. I was already watching the Sokol combat system video, and uh, and I've seen he was training with you.
yeah, a long time. First martial
Nice,
art and then shooting also.
awesome. So, Bobby, is it your name, Bobby, or do you? Because I know you're from Yugoslavia. So what's your name, your real name?
My real name is Božidar
Božidar.
Gabershek. Yeah,
Gabersek или Gabershek?
Gabershek.
Czech. Okay, yeah, yeah.
But spelling, in English is different.
Okay. So, Bobby, do you want to give us a little introduction? Who you are, what you do, what's your specialty?
Okay, so I born in former Yugoslavia, today Serbia. I live there 28 years, and then I migrate to Australia and spend there other 28 years, coincidentally. And then I move in Thailand, where I'm living now. Last 4 5 years, I'm here, and I run my small business, what is generally teaching what I do all my life.
Yeah.
Most people know me like martial artist. This year is my, how to say, 50 years of from day when I'm start to practice. So long time ago. I'm no young, uh, and also I serve in army special unit in former Yugoslavia. Then I serve in special police unit, and 1 year I spent like head instructor for prison officers.
Nice.
And last years before I migrated in Australia was Secret Service, also in former Yugoslavia. So kind of this is my uniqueness, and lucky to try all these different things. So in CQB group, I make all this kind of together.
Mm.
What is CQB exists last 15 years. Before was different name, Elite Force. But technically, this system what I teach in now, I started officially 15 years ago, and
Okay.
I still like to say is unique. I don't know how long, but still some people try to copy me, but unsuccessfully yet. Okay.
Mm. You,
Um,
you know how it is. You know, if people are trying to copy you, it means that you're doing something right.
I I hope so. I mean, I all my life I try to do to be honest with myself first and honest with other people what I teaching. So I think I doing good things so far.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see.
That's good. So we were having a little chat before we went live, and you were saying that your approach to CQB and firearm tactics is kind of different from the rest of what you can see. And so there's various schools. I mean, I've shown interest in CQB for quite a long time as well, and I had looked at different people from different country, and I see different methodology, different ways of thinking when it comes to shooting. Obviously, the massive difference between competitive shooting and combat shooting, which are very, very different. And you can spot straight away who is the competitive shooter and who is the combat shooter. Um, so, tell me a little bit. What do you think What do you think, for example, you see, for example, in America, there's a lot of very good folks in America in terms
Yeah.
of the CQB. I mean, I'm watching various people. One of the people that I'm watching that I really like is Tim Kennedy from Sheepdog Response. If you know, you don't know, you don't seem to know. Okay.
I'm
uh,
not big on YouTube, only what is popping up
yeah.
sometimes. I don't search.
There's a few good people out there when it comes to firearm tactics, like Mike Glover, like it's this. So I've been watching some stuff. So what do you think about the American type of shooting, the American CQB school? Let's just put it that way.
Okay, what I tell you before, I will try to be politically correct. I don't need
You you
to.
you can do whatever you want on this show. You can say whatever you want, man. It's no problem, man. Just be
Uh,
yourself.
yes, today is popping up few guys what I respect, especially a guy from Ronin, I think it's called. Um,
Oh, Ronan, yeah,
um, but I'm old fashioned guy. I like Gabriel Suarez. Maybe you hear about him.
name rings.
McCain, if you hear this, people is pioneer, if I can say like that, to promoting combat way of fighting or shooting.
Yeah,
Um, I like Sonny Puzikas. So he's now living in US. I mean, I don't like is not a good word. I respect what they're teaching and how they're teaching.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, I'm not big fan of so many different groups. I have to admit this. Um, I don't know what to tell you. Like the CQB, we all have two hands and two legs. It's just different approach and mindset. This is all about. But let's first clean something. What is very important
Okay.
today. People with CQB associate 95% something with room clearing. CQB is Second World term. So nothing to do with room clearing. This is just one part.
Yeah.
CQB means CQC plus firearms.
Mm-hmm.
So this new generation, maybe yours too, is misleading because all these commercial things and whatever is going on YouTube. When I pick up CQB name 15 or 18 years ago, I don't exact remember when I set up this logo and registered my business officially. And it doesn't matter, it was a long time ago. Most people no idea what is CQB.
Yeah.
Nobody use. Now CQB is everywhere. Okay, CQBs mean close quarter battle. This mean can be hand to hand, can be firearms, can be mix up, can be any kind of situation.
Yeah.
Can be army, can be bodyguarding, can be civilian defense or offense. So this is my how to say my view of CQB. So nothing to, I mean, something to do with room clearing because you have to come close to your opponent or enemy, but is not only this and associate with this. Or
Yeah.
old-fashioned we call kill house. Okay, now it's called room clearing and all these politically correct words.
Yeah.
And so to make clear, Second War term come from Second World War.
Yeah.
Army term, CQC and CQB. Okay, so because I'm teaching mixture of martial art and firearms, I named it by accident. Pick up this name.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
of
So
course I'm teaching different stuff. No, not just CQB, but this is my company name or business name.
yeah.
So CQB Group to make difference
Yeah.
uh, from my school and other businesses.
The other.
Yeah.
So you see, So if my understanding, obviously I'm here. That's why I got you on as well, because I'm sure I'm gonna learn a lot of things today, which is great. I'm a learning computer. I never stop learning.
Good.
I love it. I love learning. So you see the CQB. So you say a lot of people, for example, they think about CQB close quarter battle, like you said, they think about like ECQ, like I mean CQ close quarter inside a room, and that's where the CQ, the close quarter, comes into into mind. But what else would you add to that? So could it be CQB outside, outdoors?
Of
Let's
course, of course.
yeah.
Everything, in my opinion, this is personal opinion, everything up to 25 meters can be CQB.
Okay.
But again, this is my personal opinion. Can be 30 meters, you know. But most people associate what I call extreme close quarter, what is like 3 meters or less.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, for me, everything what you can shoot on my way, we can talk separately about this. What I use point shooting, old fashioned today. It's called fashion names is reactive shooting or whatever. All these fancy American names,
Yeah. Is
they start to changing, you know.
is
But
it is it like the stress shooting? Yes.
of course, of
Yeah.
course.
So I was having that chat with someone some while ago, and he was saying to me, you got the competitive shooter who is gonna be there, and the beeper is gonna go, and he's gonna access his weapon, and he's gonna try to put everything in the bullseye, and he's nice and relaxed, breath, everything, yeah, everything is fine. And then you got the other guy who is gonna do a lot of burpees, who's gonna be running, like do like maybe 6 sprint length there back, and grab the sandbag and do some squats and stuff, and until he's gonna be very breathing really really hard, and you can even spin them, like close their eyes, pinch their nose, spin them like 5 times, and they're like whoa. And now you gotta access the firearm and try and shoot and put everything not in the smoke, but in that circle here. Is that
Okay.
what you're talking about? Like the difference between combat shooting and actual competitive shooting?
Mm, okay. No. Uh, sport shooting is, I have to say, with all respect to some shooters, yeah, you know, because my system also you can use in sport shooting, will
Mm,
improve your sport shooting, but unrealistic. Why? Number one is mindset. So you
mm,
don't have any opponent in front of you, you just have paper target and timing guy behind you, and you're running like we say, fly without head, to score points.
mm.
In real life, not going to be happen like that. You will die in first run.
Yeah.
You know way how they're running. Also, also is you have these two famous today, IPSC and IDPA, system of competition shooting.
Okay.
IDPA is more realistic because they try to kind of do some tactical stuff. Okay,
Okay.
other one is just running like crazy and try to make speed and of course accuracy on their way. In real
Mm,
life, this is not going to be happen because any wrong step, any wrong motion, bye bye forever. So
yeah.
mindset have to be you have opponent who is want to kill you any moment, and
Mm,
you have to be winner. To get out from this conflict like winner. No survival, because survival is what you spend the rest of your life in wheelchair. No, you have. I teach my people, my students, to be winners.
yeah.
Okay, but to come back is for shooting. Okay, so of course they try to score points. This is what you're talking about grouping. This is more sharpshooters. Of course, these two sports systems have they score. Who is have more claws or whatever. But in my system, because I try to be much possible realistic, in training. This is guarantee you some success if you ever have to use this in real life.
Yeah.
This grouping, what they normally say, one fist, average fist grouping, never happened in real life. This is just dream. Person who is can put 10, 20 bullets like that, okay, is nothing to do with real life.
Mm.
He's been dead, okay.
Yeah.
So I prepare for you because I guessing will be some question. So this is my target, A4,
Yes.
okay, and cheapest target. You can use a lot without to pay big money. Why
Yeah.
is this? Because average head, average center mass,
Yeah.
average low mass. So my student from beginner to advanced, everything inside there
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Okay. Yeah.
Even is out a little bit is fantastic. Why? Because in real life you shot in foot or you shot in leg, you're not going to be the same like what you was 1 second before.
Yeah.
So this is real combat shooting. Of course, we're looking accuracy and through training, you get speed and accuracy, but you see different completely approach of realistic shooting. Why is like this approach? Because you have to move.
Yeah.
You never stand and shoot. This is teach you only old-fashioned people who is never was in real fight. Any kind of. So you have to move. Doesn't matter how fast you are or whatever. Somebody will be faster than you, and
Mm.
this is the only way where you can guarantee you can reach some level when you're relatively safe, and you can say you can win fight. Doesn't
Mm.
matter, civilian, professional, same things. I teaching all people the same.
Okay. You,
So
you know,
you can see already different approach.
yeah, of course. Like these little things that when I made the transition between the being a martial artist and between teaching martial art and teaching combatives, something changed in here because I had a lot of the martial artists are wired a certain way in their head. They
Yeah,
think a certain way. But when you get out of the martial arts and you get into the combatives, even the empty hand, but the combative mindset is completely different. It's not martial art mindset
yeah,
anymore.
man. You or me.
Mm.
So this is mindset, and
Yeah.
should be followed by technique what you can really use, and specialty in my school is one things what I call just say sub principles. What is flat line? So I
Mm.
teach something what working 95% to everyone. Doesn't matter age, gender, you slow, you fast, or whatever. Should fit to everyone. Doesn't matter weight, because you see in martial art also you practice so many things, but you never consider weight. Uh,
Mm.
like ground fighting, can work on your size, but what's happened with somebody much stronger than you and
Yeah.
similar skill like you, no chance ground fighting. Just
Mm.
just we can dream, we can do in dojo or whatever we like, but we should not lie ourselves, or you should not lie your students. uh, I talking about these stubborn people. You very open. I can see through few video what I watch about your teaching. Um, you have to be open for everything. Of course, you shouldn't need ground fighting, but his
Mm.
lady 50, 40 kilos can do something against guy who is double weight
Mm.
and
Very difficult.
attacker. No way, man. On ground, no way.
Mm.
Like we can talk bullshit, but
Mm.
this is not going to work.
The,
Yeah, I just give one example. Don't have to be lady. Can be guy who is not strong physically or whatever.
yeah.
So I teaching only things what is can work in real life, 95% and suit to everyone. So this what I call my CQB combatives hand to hand. Okay.
Mm,
Also, I teach knife and button, um, because again, this is most common things what you can
yeah.
get now for no professional and professional also.
Okay. You,
Again, this is my view. Some people like ground fighting, like this
yeah, yeah.
gentleman. Previous interview, I respect this guy, fantastic guy.
Oh, Marco. Yeah, yeah. Marco is good. Yeah.
Yeah, but you see, like I criticize only what I try on myself. My
Yeah.
neck injury, my high back injury, my low back injury, I have from jiu-jitsu.
Ah,
Because on one stage in my life, I had to teach because this was officially in army and also prison officers was official art what you have to teach.
yeah.
I
That's,
was karate guy first, but I learned all this stuff, and I try to prove myself. Can I really use all this stuff? From jujitsu, Japanese jujitsu, not BJJ.
yeah, yeah.
And guess what? On the end, I have injury. What I now suffer, uh, you know,
Mm.
was no, cannot work, man.
You know,
It's everyone. Don't
something
need risk.
for everyone. Yeah.
Don't need. You should know if you by accident go down. You should of course know what to do and how to do it. Of
Mm.
course, I'm teaching this, but only like you see, I am 5'10". I'm no big guy. Also, I have 70 kilos.
Yeah.
But I need something, to fight much bigger people than me. And I find ground fighting is not for me.
Yeah. You know, to me, ground fighting is just a dimension. It's a dimension that's part of combat. Things could be on the ground, things could be standing, things could be seated
Yes, man.
inside confined spaces. To me, it's just a dimension that needs to be explored because it could be that you find yourself in this position.
Definitely,
But
definitely.
you see the thing, for example, if you think in terms of combatives, I know you see, for example, people like Marko Novakovic, who I really love what he does. The guy
Yeah,
is
man.
what he
He,
does, got a
he's
good mind.
fantastic.
He's creative. He knows his stuff. There's no doubt about it. I think it's very important. I agree with him when he says it's important to have a good grappling game and wrestling game. I think the same. That's why I train like that. But in the combative mindset, if you end up against somebody who is bigger and stronger than you in the ground, your only chance is a weapon. Your only chance to get on the top
Mm,
is
Not
to get with
necessary,
a
man. Not necessary.
weapon. Eh?
Everybody have eyes.
Yeah, the eyes, bite, gouge, grab the balls, all this stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
It,
man.
it,
So,
it works, but then again, if you're fighting somebody who can grapple, they can do that too. They can go for the eyes, they can bite, they can do the same, but they can do it more efficiently because
yes,
they
man.
understand position, submission, all that stuff. So one thing I was I when I started to train weapon access, and I thought to myself, this is one thing that can make the difference between you living and you dying. Because if you're quick at accessing your weapon, whether it's a blade or it's a firearm, I realized that maybe the guy in front of you is a better shooter than you. But if you get to your gun faster than the person in front of you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good the guy is. If you're good enough to put a few rounds in the center mass and access your gun faster than the person in front of you. That's why I think weapon access is very, very important aspect of combative training. What do you think about this? About is there
Yes.
various ways that you teach how to access firearms or weapons efficiently?
Definitely, you're right. But again, speed is not this what is will decide the winning or losing. In my opinion, again, is
Okay.
your footwork, angles what you use, and of course, depends of situation, environment also, and depends of your position. Your civilian, or your SWAT, or your army. Then different approach. My full instructor. I teach everything.
Mm.
So I have to go to pass everything. Army, teach you to destroy. Police teach you to restrain in general.
Yeah, yeah,
Civilian is have option to explore both. Uh,
yes.
so so I have argument with one my partner, Obama bodyguard, a very good friend from US, who is
Mm.
my representative there. Like his first don't agree to give anyone who is not in army or police instructor license. I say bullshit, and I prove to him because civilian can be better than army, better than police, because have different approach or wider approach.
Yeah.
Okay, so I proved my point, and you know, Americans, I like to say, like have joke, have true, very stubborn people. But I convinced him on the end, and he's now following everything of what we settle on this time. Because I talk about roughly 20 years ago, or a little bit less. Um,
Yeah.
so speed is important, but again, with age, with restriction, body restriction, you
Hmm.
cannot be always faster. But if you know how to move, if you know where to move, or depends of distance, of course, also, then I have to say footwork is more important, and then going speed, and then going accuracy. Or
Okay.
speed and accuracy should come together, because again, you don't want to shoot somebody innocent, or whatever.
So when you say footwork, for example, I mean, when I hear you speaking about footwork relating to CQB, there is one thing that comes in my head straight away. Do you remember the 21-foot rule against the blades, that somebody's coming at you with a blade, running at you to stab you? Less than 21 foot is going to be very difficult to access your firearm before you get stabbed. But now, if you start employing a circular footwork, you know, if you start, like I said, employing circular footwork as you draw your firearm, then now you have a chance to deal with this less than 21 foot. Is that something that you train as well, that you teach your student?
Not circular angles,
Angle.
and very quick take off. I don't know how to say,
Yeah,
how to call on English. I call catapult, catapulting yourself.
yeah, yeah,
But again, depends of distance, depends of so many things. 7 meter or 21 feet foot is very old test, done 70s.
yeah,
Okay, and on this time, people was not trained, especially police. But good things about police don't know what guy going to how going to attack him.
yeah,
So they repeat, 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 and of course, guy with knife, average athlete, was winner.
yeah.
But soon the people realize what's going on and how to avoid this. Then this is kind of impossible anymore to be happen.
Mm.
In my system, you can do this less than 3 meters, or extreme close quarter. I call extreme close quarter when I'm on touching point, or maybe
Yeah.
half step. This is for me extreme close quarter. So I
So
teach my student to react again against blade if is not already concealed or ready to hit you.
yeah.
Um, but try to pull out knife. You know what to do and to win. Um, from early 80s, I teach my student real fight should be one, two, and three. If you go longer, then you
Yeah.
do something wrong.
Something wrong.
This
Yeah.
is real fight. Bang, 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 and finish. So
You
with firearms, this should be already one bang is
yeah.
finito. Yeah.
What you just said to me now is I've heard different very good people say the same thing. People I have studied, people I've trained with, people like Jeff Thompson, Lee Morrison, Tommy Carruthers, all
Yeah, man.
these people I've trained with, except Jeff Thompson. I have met him. I know him. I speak with him every now and then. But I've never trained with him because he doesn't really teach anymore. But they all say the same thing. The 3 second fight. If it lasts longer than 3 seconds, you're doing something wrong. Yeah.
So you contact right people. They know what they're talking about because
Mm,
they probably was the real fight. We can make theory, we can make in dojo gun disarming and all other bullshit. What they're teaching now, suicidal. I call suicidal stuff.
mm.
Most people teaching suicidal stuff.
I
In
know.
shooting also, we can discuss about that. I
Mm.
open, to openly talk and offend some people because they teach people to die young, if I can say
Yeah.
like that. That giving fake confidence what I'm against. So I try to be honest first with myself. Everything what I criticize or whatever teaching, I try first by myself and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
experiment with my students. And then I start to make one what I call today's system.
Mm.
People like concept, but in FIAM especially cannot be concept. Have to be system. Otherwise, 80% people shoot themselves, from holstering and reholstering,
Yeah.
or taking gun quick and they shoot themselves. Like terrible accident because I have to say they have idiotic instructors who is never explained to them a few things what can get some guarantee. You're not going to injure first yourself and talk about other people
Mm.
because this is only skill or art. I, I don't like art anymore because I'm become allergic on classical martial art.
Yeah.
Uh, a long time from 2001, I'm allergic and start to set up combatives, and up to 2001, I was blind. Like following strictly tradition, in martial art and all these things. And then I say, why I need any more pajamas, kimono or something like that. I will dress how I
Yeah.
dress normally. Why I put my sash or black belt or whatever? I'm not Japanese. I have to be honest with myself. So what I try to copy, do I going on street with black belt or normal belt? Yeah, you know what I mean. And like this stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, so 2001 was like finally, I say, okay, no more traditional martial art. This dying anyway.
Mm.
Um, and Turn to be right. And same
Mm.
things with firearms also,
Yeah.
because you see people martial art, especially they divide like okay, this is martial art, they're learning sword and all this PM and all other traditional weapons, what is fair enough, okay, but ignoring firearms. Why? Farms is like archery.
Yeah.
You shoot something far away on different way. So this is 21st century archery and most common today.
Yeah.
Uh, should not be different, not to be part of traditional martial art or normal martial art, in my opinion. So this why I'm again repeating. In CQB group, I try to put together and blend everything. Of course, if you like firearms, okay, you can learn only firearms. If you want combatives or combat hand to hand, okay, you can learn this. And highlighting is what I call bodyguarding. Maybe it's not proper word, but
Mm-hmm.
bodyguards is technically most advanced people with most advanced skill again in my school
Okay.
because this I passing personally, so this is my judgment, who is really can be complete, who can be just good in something,
Yeah.
better something
Yeah.
than nothing.
It's true. When you look at things, you have two different types of practitioner. I have noticed. Yeah, three different type, but the third one is very, very rare. I'm striving to be the third one, but it's hard work. But just put it that way. There are people that just focus on one thing. They'll focus on one thing and they'll give everything to this one thing, and they will become very good at this thing. And if you want to learn that thing, I'm gonna tell you, yeah, go and see this guy, go and see this guy, because this is his thing. You want to learn this, go to see this guy.
Yeah,
uh, so you see, you have people like this. Then you have people that are kind of almost jack of all trades but master of none. You know, people who do a little bit of everything, but not enough, just enough to scratch the surface, and they're not really good at anything. They just know a bit of everything. You know, and then the third type of people, which are much more rare, and these are the people I try to learn from. You know, because there's few of these people in the world. These are the people that are good at a lot of different things, but they understand what they need. They understand, they just discard what they don't need. This is, we don't need this, we're not going to waste our time with this, we're going to focus on this because we need this and this. So for example, in Empty Hand, I said, I need a solid striking base, I need a solid wrestling base, and I need a solid weaponry base, knives, swords, guns, everything. That's it. What else do you need? You know what I mean? But so if you know, for people that know how to kind of discern what they need, and they build their system, like you said, they build their pyramid, you know, with everything that they need. So like you said, some people might come to see you and all they want to do is learn to shoot. That's it, you know?
yeah, yeah.
And then you might have people that come to see you that just want to learn how to use the baton, you know, or the knife.
Yes, yes. I have all this set up because I have to be commercial. I have to give every chance and run my business.
Yeah.
So I make separate. Yeah, all these subjects. So if you want button, okay, welcome. And I have levels for each things what I teaching. Like
Mm,
firearms handgun is hardest weapon to teach someone or mastering.
mm,
Raffle is have three levels: student level and then go instructor levels.
okay.
Raffle in my school is have two levels and then two instructor levels, and shotgun is have two levels also.
Mm,
People ask me like my friend, my advisors, business advisors ask me why I don't make third level. I say I cannot lie people.
mm,
What to teach in third. This is enough, especially if you mastering handgun or don't mastering. You just learn level one, for example. You already like shotgun and rifle is like joking. Like this is other uniqueness of my school. In one day, I teach you what somebody will teach you in 1 month. You know,
mm,
I'm
yeah.
serious about this, and you're welcome to come and see and try. Plus you see results. Like straight away. Target don't lie.
Yeah,
Okay, so
that's for sure.
so so if you check some of my videos, I'm posting regularly. Try no everyone because somebody don't want to expose themselves. Um, you can see progress, level one, level two, level three. In 3 days, he's shooting better than SWAT. I guarantee you this because I teach in SWAT, I teach army, also. So I know what they know.
Mm,
Uh, and I guarantee um, you can see results, like no lying in from every position.
mm,
Um, if you check my videos or whatever photos, you can see I try to cover everything, kneeling, falling on the back,
prone,
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 everything. Yeah,
crouching. Yeah.
and what I call also off balance. When you losing balance, if you fall down by accident or you have to fall down, like all this or stress situation,
Yeah.
coming through step by step because safety is of course most important because in
Yeah.
this business don't exist sorry mate. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, mate. Yeah. Yeah.
sorry then
It's a great,
big
great.
damage is gone, reputation gone, everything business gone. This is only business where sorry cannot apply.
Yeah, for sure. So
Sorry, I mean.
what do you think about, I mean, the one of the very first thing that I was taught, when I started my journey with firearm and shooting with my father, was the four safety rules.
Yeah,
Do
must be.
you so do you think that, I mean, is that a really good beginning if people really have got a strong understanding of the four basic safety rule when it comes to firearm, there shouldn't be any accident? Or does it still happen, that there are incidents, even though if people respect the four basic rules of firearm handling?
So these rules apply for environment, you
Yeah,
know, but don't apply when you once you try to pull gun from your holster. So this is biggest risk. Nobody can make you thousand rules, but if you do something wrong with your finger, you fuck up yourself or fuck up someone next to you.
yeah,
Um, so four rules, of course, treat everyone any weapon as loaded.
still a little bit, yeah,
Finger, trigger without command, don't use. Um, don't don't point gun on anything what you don't want to be destroyed, and be away what is beyond your target. In my rules, they say and surrounding your
yeah,
target.
surrounding between
It
you and the
can be
target,
yeah,
behind the
yeah.
target. Yeah,
Yeah, so this is general rules. Some schools have don't drink, don't smoke, and all the other nonsense bullshit. I try always to compress.
yeah,
Especially I try to compress in three because army strategy and psychology is working on three subjects, no more. Because these three can work anytime. Fourth one maybe not. But before you know, you make rule number two, keep your finger off trigger except when it's command to shoot. You have to grab this gun, put in your holster or on table
yeah,
or whatever. So have to be four rules. So
yeah,
this, no guarantee you, no accident. Okay, I call this external safety. But once you put gun on you, this is problem. When it's gun exposed, it's easy. Everybody can do it.
yeah, yeah.
My I always say my 8-old son, I teach to shoot, was 8 years old, and he's on 50 meter can drop, lighter.
Mm, that's
All right.
good.
Uh, so this is accurate shooting when you're aiming. You know, it's not going to work like this in real life. Nobody give you time to aim half an hour and then pull trigger.
Yeah.
Okay, and be that much accurate. Except if you sniper or something like that. Uh,
Mm,
this called sharp shooting, also unrealistic shooting, also even it's
mm.
competition or whatever. It's very unrealistic, um, but better something than nothing on the end.
S- So you see, there's something that's quite interesting. I find this really interesting. Obviously, shooting from it's like in combatives. When I teach people to fight inside the car, I
Yeah,
tell them, it's easy to stand on your feet and have your guard up and throw one, two. But when you are in a seated position, it's restricted, it's confined, it's very difficult. So same thing with the shooting. If you have a good position, good foot position and everything, and you got your firearm in front of you and you're firing, is different than, for example, restrict shooting from restriction and
exactly.
what do you call it,
Or
retention.
stress.
Yeah, retention shooting. So how do you go about training that sort of thing, the retention shooting from a very, let's say, somebody's at arm reach and you have to push them and quickly kind of bring your hand back to not shoot your hand. How do you go about teaching that sort of thing?
For this, you have to come to see me. Okay,
Yeah.
very hard to explain, but this is my technically specialty because one of my martial art what I'm mastering through my life is Wing Chun. And Wing
Okay,
Chun
yeah,
is extreme close quarter. Same things. Even punch, you punch vertically, you put gun there, same,
yeah,
same things. You know, classical guard, is this how you holding raffle.
yeah,
So incredible art. But again,
yeah,
when I mention Wing Chun, now it's 100 branches or whatever. Um, only one branch is worth it to practice, and you
Mm.
should trust me, or people should trust me, because Wing Chun. I'm embarrassed today to say Wing Chun because so many idiots, put shit on name of Wing Chun with unrealistic training of the instructor, or misunderstood or concept, because there's so many different Wing Chun. Only one is worth it to practice.
I
Um,
agree with you. Yeah.
this is my opinion, and again, very hard to explain this. You have to knock down someone because it's so quick, and but it's same like shooting, exactly the same like shooting.
Mm.
Just you shoot your hand,
Mm.
but it's working same way. Once you extreme close quarter, we have a distance, like taekwondo, other styles.
Yeah.
Again, I practice my first art. What I practiced for 5 years was Shotokan karate because this was
Okay.
on
Yeah. Yeah.
the. Okay, and soon I get black belt. It's come first time chance to learn Wing Chun, and I see this is better, and I jump and start from beginner.
Mm.
Yeah. So I'm not. I'm similar like you. I was searching something, what can work
Yeah.
in any kind of situation. No, on this time was stopping punch, in Shotokan. I remember for green belt, I knocked down guy by accident, and his win, I lose. What the fuck? Yeah. So I again, it's good lesson for me because I joined boxing club to see
Mm.
how it looks somebody to punch full power, and so you get punch.
Yeah.
So I learned like 1 year until my mother discovered I practice boxing, and big trouble. she never restrict me in anything, but she say everything you do, I don't care, but no boxing. I give you life, you're healthy. Why you want somebody to make brain damage, to you?
The thing is, boxing is not for everyone. I have boxed for years, and I really love boxing. I think boxing is one of the most efficient way to learn how to use your hands. But once again, it's not for everyone. Like, some people, I've noticed there's different types of people go to Thai boxing and MMA and boxing than the people that do traditional martial arts. Different mentality, completely
Yes,
different mentality.
completely different.
It's one, and I'll tell you, there is even, if you look at people that do the extreme combat sports like bare knuckle boxing, lethwei, these are people, they're on a completely different level. This is people that adrenaline junkie. They love the adrenaline. They like to get hit. They like to hit. They like to hurt people. It's just a different way of thinking. But I think boxing is great. I think as long as you learn to keep your hands up, that's all that you need to remember. Keep your hands up. Don't drop your hands, because then you're gonna get brain damage. So you know what? One thing that I find interesting what you were saying, and I have been working on this little bit already for quite a while, is my transition from empty hand to weapon access and shooting. So, and it depends of the distance now. It could be, like I
Yeah.
said to you, it could be kicking range. So you see the SWAT people. I remember my father was teaching this in the CRS, the French CRS, because my father
Mhm.
was a instructor in the French Special Forces, and he was basically throwing like a push kick, like a tip, yeah, to give him the space to access the firearm. So, for example, very simple stuff where, okay, I'm going to throw a tip to create the distance to access my weapon. Or it could be a shove. It could be a shove. It could be a shove, and now I kind of access the weapon from there. Or it could really be a full on fight, and now we are grappling. Now we are in a grapple situation, and now I have to find a way to control both his limbs with one hand, maybe like an arm drag or something. So now I have both his arm with one hand, and I have this one free, and now I can access my firearm. Um, how do you, well, in which order do you think it should be taught? Do you think it should be taught from a longer range and then working from long range to short range, or how do you see this?
Your father is old school, obviously,
Yeah.
and and genius. Okay, so this is nobody use today. You know, like of course I use exactly the same method. I don't push because what you find out with pushing, if this guy much bigger than you push, you bounce of him. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
so this is wrong. Okay, I call this okay. My school is have maybe better like this to explain. It's have three principles. What is guarantee you if you practice enough long and go through all process of my teaching and also practice home. You know, like guarantee you can win fight.
mm,
Doesn't matter which kind of fight. We talk now about firearms. Okay, so um, you have to make distance in this case. But you have to make sure, again, environment, you know, is this guy armed or not? You
yeah,
understand? In split of second, you have to make decision. Of course, your weapon, you should use like impact weapon. You know, gun is still have piece of metal. Doesn't matter, it's Glock,
yeah, yeah,
plastic body, but still have metal. So you
mm,
can use like an extension of your hand and really damage people very bad, and of course save yourself. So so many things you know in your question is include. You have to be specific. Ask me for something. Yes, you have to make distance
mm,
to make clear to see is more people.
yeah,
You know want to. Um, I call this buying time. So to come
yeah,
back on principles, my teaching is starting with off balance, symbolic off balance. This means before you access your gun or you know do anything with your gun, doesn't matter it's handgun, machine gun or whatever. Um, you should relax, completely relax. This
mm,
symbolizes you're not ready because in most cases in real life you'll be surprised,
yeah,
except
well,
if you SWAT, you know, or army, so you call already, you know, bad guys is there, and you already have 50-50 with bad guy, you know, because you go with exposed weapon, ready to shoot. But when you have to pull out from your holster, or from your pants, or whatever, where you carry your gun, conceal or not conceal, also is different, you know, subject and how to be quick in these cases. Um, you have to do something, you know. So off balance symbolize you're not ready. So this is one of unique. I still didn't see anybody try to do this way how I teaching, you
mm,
know, and now is kind of openly, publicly, you know, I present my system. Of course, small things you have to come here personally because this is only things what you should not teach online. Impossible to teach online. Anyway, what some people doing, you know, and
mm,
this is amateurs who is just playing, you know, with people lives.
yeah,
Second principle is buying time. So to access your weapon, if you already attack on extreme close quarter or close quarter up to close quarter, I call like just say 3 meters and less. Okay, because American statistic from uh, around 2000, you know what I have is 75% people fight with firearms is happen less than 3 meters. Doesn't matter
okay,
knife against firearms, but is involve firearms or firearm against firearm, or guy don't have anything and grab your gun and shoot you with your gun. This happen
yeah,
also. All
yeah,
right. So with this things on my mind, you know, I try to create a proper technique what again can suit to everyone, depends of age, depends of size, depends of gender, yeah, you know, should
mm,
work for everyone. And to achieve this to survive and win, okay, you have, I call this buying time. This is second principles again. People start to use it now, this word, but on time when I'm set up, this nobody use.
mm,
Again, fancy English word. I try to suit a little bit, you know, to Western culture. Okay, so buying time is mean you have to do something to access your weapon. If it's
Yeah.
in a holster, if it's handgun, we're talking about. If it's rifle, for example, you should know how to use bayonet, I call fighting, or how to poke person, how to lift up, how to protect yourself. You know, depends what enemy want to do. And number three is get out from X. So never stay on spot when you start trouble. You have to move forward, backward, left, right,
Yeah.
angle, whatever. Never stay on same spot because you'll be dead and bad guy will be dead maybe too.
Mm.
So all this you see how it's complex. You know, if you reaching gun and I can see you reaching gun, and I have gun, you know, one approach. If you're reaching knife, okay, I can use my gun by law in most country. But
Hmm.
if you try to grab your mobile phone or whatever, and I pull gun, you know, I should not shoot you. I should hit you maybe or whatever, or not to react, you know. But you should be ready because when you fighting with your life is not joke. You know,
Of
is
course.
one mistake and bye bye forever. Yeah,
Yeah.
or you injured for forever, yeah, or you kill someone, you know, innocent person because you make a mistake. So it's so many things is involved. Looks like very simple. This wise again, big different when you teach people something like that, and when you teach people rules, IDPA or other competition, you know, stuff, or just standing in box and
Mhm.
shooting, you know, statically some target, and you consider you a good shooter. You're not. A gun on the end is create for combat. Is not
Yeah. Of
to mucking around to win trophy or they get
course.
sponsors or whatever. So my approach is realistic maximum I can.
So you see, when we speak about, for example, when you carry out your dynamic risk assessment, stuff that you do in your head all the time. Do you use the OODA loop?
Yeah, yeah, but this is too complex. This is more like to teach police and tra la
Yeah.
la blah 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 PowerPoints, and I'm not like this guy. I know what you mean, but um, I have kind of my system. But yes, is shooting to these principles what somebody set up long time ago.
Yeah. Okay. You spoke earlier on about impacting with a weapon. Now that's something I had a look as well. I was actually training. This is the type of stuff I don't teach here in the UK because they hate guns and stuff. So if I do it behind closed doors and I don't film it. Or if I film it, I don't post it. But it's like basically boxing. So what we do is we got pads, and what we do is we got
Yeah,
the props. Like props guns, like rubber guns. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and we just train to box with it. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut, body shot
Good,
with the
good,
muzzle of the gun. Yeah.
good.
And the push-ups.
Not only muzzle, you can use all
You
slide,
can
you
use
know,
every.
because
Yeah, yeah.
when you people
The,
don't realize like you can kill person like that if
mm,
you go and hit him on neck on the side and
yeah,
you pull back your sides on gun will cut the artery, you know.
yeah.
uh, is so
Every.
many things is evolved, but you are a good way, this why we talking. Otherwise, I
Yeah.
tell you before, few people approached me before, but I was not happy. You know, after
Okay.
you approached me, I was thinking 10 minutes, and I decide, okay, this guy is all right to talk. Can ask proper question, can ask interesting question, not talking bullshit, and I can see how you're teaching.
Well,
You
I'm interested in realism. I'm interested in what I can make it work when with the adrenaline. Because there's one thing. That's what I love about combatives is that combatives is not about performing really, really well under no pressure and no stress and no adrenaline. This is movie. It's about performing reasonably well under a lot of pressure. And
Yeah, man.
That's what I like about all this type of training, man. So, what about? Do you think it's important to breathe, to learn how to breathe when you shoot? Some people say yes, some people say no. Some people say just breathe normally. Some people say just, hold your breath, blah de blah. What do you think?
I hold personally because again I train martial art.
Yeah,
So I hold the again depends on situation. I find myself I hold it automatically, but I don't recommend any special breathing. Just you have to be mentally prepare yourself. So breathe out, breathe in, breathe out through your nose
yeah,
if you can, because this is make you fresh your brain. With oxygen. If you breathe on mouth, it's not so good. But again, this is depends on environment, depends on problem, depends of
yeah.
so many things. Sniper, like I'm kind of East Bloc Russian way. So you see, like sniper, Western sniper, oh, so hard, to pass all these tests.
Mm,
And Russian sniper, smoking before going fight or ready to
yeah,
fight.
I know.
So it's completely different approach. Even to stop smoke from your bullet. I talk about sniper. We push
Yeah,
from cigarette, and then no spark. Is different approach. Depends. Today now is all these robots fighting and all this stuff.
yeah,
Again, I tell you, until human, no way. I mean, robot never will take over. Even war can help like this, what is happening now in Ukraine. But
yeah. So that,
brain improvisation and
yeah,
unpredictable things is still, um, you know,
it's a
our
human.
advantage.
It's a human thing. Like we don't. Even if they, I understand what you're saying. Even if they create artificial intelligence, you look at the type of scenario like the Terminator. Like the machines taking
Yeah,
over, or the Matrix, or it's all
yeah.
speaking about the same thing. AI taking over and trying to wipe us out.
In my life, never will be happen. Maybe in your life, I'm not sure how old you are.
I hope not.
Uh,
36.
and I'm happy, to be honest. I'm very happy.
Mm,
I don't want, this new technology to taking over, and they already create ridiculous, useless people with all this whatever is go around the world. This
mm.
I don't know how to call satanism. I cannot call it different.
Yes, no,
No?
that's you're very right. This is it.
Globalism or satanism is same things. This what we try to avoid before we talk political stuff. But you see, this is what they're teaching, like in France, in Germany, in
Yeah.
Australia, combat,
Mm,
firearms is illegal to teach.
mm,
Officially, is illegal to teach. Is no rules or no law official, but is illegal. Can arrest you, can give you headache, whatever. Of course, I don't obey to this.
mm.
Who are you to tell me what I can do with my life and who I going to teach?
Yeah.
So I'm allowed to teach whatever hand to hand, but I'm not allowed to teach firearms. Why? Is I teaching for self-defense.
Exactly.
But,
Yeah.
but to win in self-defense, have to be self-offense too. This is
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
I think I'm first guy who is advertised course self-defense, self-offense.
The best
Because
defense
if
is
you if you
offense.
defend yourself, you loser. You should have to know how to take, uh, you know, redone all this. What I tell you, like buying time is one principles.
Yeah.
What can make you 50-50 with your opponent, and you can go against physics if you know proper footwork and coordination and put together this.
Mm,
Because you see, bad guy is have advantage. You have zero, bad guys have 100.
mm,
Okay, he's already planning to abuse you, abuse somebody next to you, take you for hostage or whatever, and you have to react. So this means you lose already in start. zero.
Yeah.
Okay, with my system, these three principles what I mentioned to you, I teach you first to get 50-50 with your opponent, and
Mm,
on the end, if you reach instructor levels, you should be able to win all the time.
yeah.
And I guarantee this because you hear about force of force. This is
Yeah.
kind of sparring with firearms.
Mm,
Okay, it's only missing, like every martial art, any art, fighting artists have sparring, but firearms
yeah.
don't have sparring. Actually, it's have. Before in
Crash
my
test.
time was rubber bullets,
Yeah.
ammunition,
Simulation.
now is BBs or airsoft, even more practical and more use. So I have other courses, what you can check, everything what you learn, in my school to work out. Is this can work? Are you ready?
Yeah.
When you attack and you don't know when you're going to be attacked. So in my program, I have one of this is force of force. What I didn't discover this, but again, exists long time, but people forgot. Few instructors like Gab Suarez, for example, what I mentioned to you, is one
Mm,
of first American, who is start to involve this. And I was into this stuff, 80s when I was serving special unit in military.
mm,
Um, we have with ammunition, even the officer, put ammunition, in freezer. So when hit you, like is hit you hard, like real bullet,
yeah.
you get bruises, everywhere. Because our training was very nasty. Yeah. But
Mm,
um, this is how you learn. You have
yeah.
two
Yeah.
ways. You have soft way, what is today most schools practice, soft way explain to you, try to be nice with you, and you have rough way when you punish people. And I tell you, rough way is better because you're learning faster. But
Yeah.
again, don't suit to every personality, so you cannot
Yeah.
general. When you go in army and police, then they have to listen to you like instructors. So
Yeah.
whatever you give him, they have to do it. But when you approach civilians, you cannot do this because otherwise you not in business. Yeah,
Yeah, it's true. No, I get exactly what you're saying. It's a different types of mentality. If you go
yeah,
in the old school way, for example, in Japan, the way they used to teach karate in the Japan.
yeah,
If you had the school that strict in Europe, they would people would sue you. People would try and sue you because they
yeah.
wouldn't be happy about this or not happy about that. It's crazy. So you spoke about the Russian school, the Russian mentality of CQB. I told you I grew up with Russians. I was married to a Ukrainian woman for quite a while, and I'm fluent in Russian. So I actually got along really really well with Slavic people. I think I have a little bit of Slavic in me. My grandfather was from Ukraine. Uh, so I'm looking at this, and I remember with my father when we were providing the training for various people, governmental units in Eastern Europe. I encountered a few people like this. The way that these people train the firearms is, if you show this to the Americans, they're gonna say, "Oh, these guys are crazy. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. You're not
No, they're
respecting the
saying, they're still
system."
saying
I know, I know.
this. This is why my student can confirm to you, confirm. I always joke, I have, of course, I respect American way too.
Yeah.
Um, I cannot say one only way I don't respect, but I don't want to say to be politically correct. Um, so I try different ways. When I'm reach Australia, I didn't know this, but when I'm go decide to go in security industry, when my English become a little bit better because I was zero English, I was learning French in school. But
Okay.
anyway, um, I decided to go in security industry. And if you have firearms license, you get better pay. So I say, okay, let's go
Yeah.
finish this course too. Um, and this how I start my journey in Western world and my research. I know
Mm,
nothing about. Israeli shooting, American way of shooting, this one, this one, this one, this one. Nothing, zero. Okay. Plus, I didn't touch gun 10 years. When I moved in Australia, and I never think I will touch. But anyway, so when you go on test, you have classical. You have to do this, and you have fucking enormous time. Whatever they give me, okay, shoot left, right, forward, backward, kneeling. I don't remember what was some very basic things. So ba ba
Mm,
ba 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 ba. I finished. The
mm,
instructor like, what the fuck, and they look, and everything was in target, of course. So I score top points, and then these instructors and student who was present there, asked me which how I shooting, who's teach me. I say I shooting normal. Now we can come back. What we talked previously before we go live about point shooting. Um,
mm,
so I tell him I shooting. My teachers was it's called Russian style. My teachers was Yugoslavian people, but they was trained in Russia.
yeah,
So this how I find out I do something unusual
yeah.
because I don't use sights and I still can hit target better than them who spend I don't remember what was timing, like 30 second one hit or something like that, like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway, and like this start my research. So this was 1998, 1999 maybe it happened. I'm not sure anymore exact. But on this time I start to research, and then it's come this system, step by step. I create slowly. Um, I start to teach army and police in Thailand first,
Mm,
um, because Australian was, of course, I have so many Australian students too from SAS, Australian SAS, Special Forces. I
mm,
have from SWAT, but nobody can come publicly. They all come privately, because government is this who is tell you who is good instructor, who is not.
yeah.
Like ridiculous. Like disgusting. I
Yeah.
have to say like that because their level of skill is like man, don't be anything happen, they will shoot themselves. You don't have to fight them, you know. Anyway, SAS salute, but again, very very narrow skill. Also, just you remind me now, I meet one of SAS from British SAS.
Yeah.
Again, who? Mr. Ian, who was one of these famous, when SAS become famous, when was this problem in embassy, Iranian, I think, embassy,
All
and
right. Yeah.
they exposed first time SAS, and he was from this group, and he's live in Australia. And I was lucky to meet him, so I know their system too. So anyway, this how step by step coming, and today is, I like to say, 70% Russian way, Russian style,
Yeah.
old-fashioned Russian style. Today, I'm not sure what they're teaching. I don't think so anymore. Teach something like this, how I teach, or
Mm,
approach this way. And 30% maybe American style, if I can say American style.
okay.
Because again, all is this very flexible, but not Israeli style. So, way what I use is called old-fashioned, called point shooting,
Mm,
or point and shoot.
yeah.
Nobody have to teach you to point on something. You
Yeah.
just put gun there and you pull trigger.
This,
It's so simple.
this this is one thing that one of the guy that I was interviewing not too long ago from the Romanian former Romanian SWAT team as well, where he's teaching the firearms as well, and he was saying to me, you can, if you point at something, you're always accurate with your finger. Where you point at something with your finger, you're always accurate where you point your finger. So
That's it.
he was saying some people they shoot with the firearm with this finger in the trigger, and they point with that finger on the firearm to
This is maybe too much because this finger is still most flexible and most
strong than the rest. Yeah.
feeling for something like that. But this you see, I show you
Mm.
just half joke, half true, because every joke is half true.
Has a bit of truth. Yeah, true.
So you see, this is how we shoot AK.
Yeah.
So you can smoke and shoot,
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah,
and you
absolutely.
use this finger for cigarette, no
Yeah.
for trigger. Yeah, but you see, this sounds very simple, but you have explosion in your hand if we talk about handgun.
Mm.
So this is only what you have to master it. But joke is not just that. His joke is your eyes.
Mm.
So bullet, where you focus your eyes, bullet will go there. It's
Mm.
so simple, but idiots around the world still cannot work out. I'm surprised. Only few people, what I mentioned to you, they know this,
Mm.
okay, and they use this. But because it's against law in many countries, you cannot say I use point shooting to defend myself. You go in jail. Huh?
Yeah.
So they create new age politically correct like reactive shooting
Yeah.
or like this stuff. Yeah, like. But
So
this is
does it?
only way you can win. No
Yeah.
other way. If you spend split of second on, if you spend split of second to put this
The
and target in a
sight
line,
alignment,
you
sight
dead.
picture.
You dead, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter it's rifle or handgun or whatever. You have to just lift up on eye level. Of course, it's need training because you have the explosion, but it's not natural, especially if
Yeah.
you never touch gun. Okay, and you see how it's simple. Where you focus your eyes, bullet will go there.
Yeah.
Guarantee.
So
Guarantee.
so you basically, okay, let's say you have the sight picture, but you don't worry about sight alignment. Yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, just dot.
Yeah.
So this how you train your people, my people, to shoot. They focus eyes on this dot. You lift up your gun, handgun on on this level, and you just pull trigger without any thinking. And guess what?
Mm.
You go there. You know
Yeah.
who is the best shooter? Ladies who is never touch gun. They can shoot dot in one training so many times. Okay, soon they get skill. They cannot shoot dot anymore.
Okay.
It's funny,
Yeah.
funny. But when is your brain empty and you follow just what I tell you, don't think, just lift up gun and shoot. This is old-fashioned point shooting. This is how I started. Uh,
Do
this is how it works.
do you remember? Have you seen? You must, of course, you must have seen the movie Bodyguard,
Which one? It's
the,
few.
with Kevin Costner.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you remember at the end of the movie when he's in this countryside where it's snowing and he's taking her over there to protect her, and the killer comes and kills her, is her sister or her friend anyway, and then he jumps through the window and he's closed his eyes, he gets on his knees, close his eyes, and he shoots just from the
Memory.
hearing.
Yeah.
So he's just ready, and he just closes his eyes and he hears and bang, and he shoots from the sound.
This is
how,
how it works.
how do you call that? Is that instinctive shooting as well?
You can call it instinctive shooting or reactive shooting,
Reactive
depends on
shooting.
situation. I like to say point shooting, but people think because I use people who try to copy me, to see photos, see some unusual motion, and they think maybe it's important. Is don't call. system is don't call point shooting because it's point. On this time, A4 don't exist, point don't exist. Okay, this is just new age to help you, uh, help me and help student. But this is point. This nobody have to teach you. Only what
Mm,
you have to wake up your center line feeling of your center line and be familiar with something exploding in your hand. Soon
yeah.
you pass this, become your natural extension of your hand, and you cannot imagine it. You can shoot different way. Of course, if it's longer distance, then you maybe should use front side only for direction of center line of your enemy,
Mm,
because angle or whatever is give people problem when beginners. But
yeah.
once you get this, it stay forever with you, and this is only way when you really can win. I mean, we can talk all night. I don't know. You have timing or whatever.
I have. If you have time,
You let me know.
if you have time, I have time, and it's very
I have
interesting
time.
conversation, man. What is your? I mean, just to continue a little bit on this, what you're saying. You see, for example, you get people that teach to shoot from the belt. As soon as the gun is out, point the gun and shoot from there. Yeah, from
Yeah,
under the pectoral muscle from there, instead of actually extending the firearm.
yeah.
How do you build this? How do you build this? I'm looking for the word, because some people are very good at shooting like this, but you can't. You don't even point. You don't even have the gun in front of you. You're just
Check,
shooting
check
from here.
my check my videos. On 50 meters, I shoot target in center mass.
Yeah. So it's
just
like,
just to show. Yeah,
yeah,
of course, in real life, I will know. Uh, Depends of environment, of course,
yeah,
but and situation, yeah. But once you get center line feeling and
yeah,
gun feeling angle, okay,
yeah,
you if it's your my first things what I teach people is classical. I call brainwashing, but on good way.
yeah,
Uh, to wake up your center line, what you forgot to exist, and to show you can shoot without to use classical way. I mean, use sights on your gun.
yeah,
Okay, so you holding gun on front you 45, and you just lift up 45, and then you just lift up on target and you pull trigger.
mm,
No split of second pausing because you lose all idea. Okay, then you go again and again and again, and you be in shock like most beginners shoot every bullet in A4. And
yeah,
I tell you, some of them shoot dot even few times.
yeah,
Uh, so this is already exists to us.
mm,
Just you have to wake up. And I find way. Can I? I will wake up. Plus, I start to teach you straight away shooting from holster. And
yeah,
first bullet have to be, I call this hip position,
mm,
and then three-quarter position, and then full extend.
mm,
Okay, so three position basic things. In real life, this will be like 4 5 bullets, brrr, when you're lifting up gun. So I
yeah,
start
yeah,
to shoot you from whatever, from stomach up, because law is one and your life is other one. You have to make decision. What is law? What is more important? Law or your life? Or
yeah.
life somebody what you're protecting.
I'm with you on that
Because
100%, man.
because by law you have to justify every bullet, blah 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 blah. Anyway, this we can talk privately. Very easy to defend yourself if you put few more, because you have to make sure guys want to kill you. Why
Mm,
you should be nice with him? You know what I mean?
yeah, of course.
So, so if his first bullet don't go somewhere from hip position, you have very small chance even to reach 50-50. You
Mm,
understand? And when you add motion in this moment to move, it's become
mm,
difficult. But this is why you have level 1, level 2, level 3, and then you have instructor levels, level 1, level 2, level 3. Okay? So again, who is don't believe can check my I think CQB Group International YouTube channel,
Mm.
or can check my Facebook. Most of this. Plus, I have few pages, so can check what I talking about to see how my student after 2 or 3 days can shoot like professional, never touched gun before.
Yeah.
So obviously, I proved to myself a long time ago, but still, I'm kind of make smile on my eye, my face. When I'm somebody show like this improvement, never touch gun, and after
Mm.
3 days shoot like professional.
That's
Only
that's
3 days
great.
by
As
6 or 8 hours.
yeah.
My classes start from 9 o'clock up to 5 o'clock minimum. If it's need longer, sometimes shorter. Depends of class. Depends. Private lesson, different groups is different.
Okay.
But I think I now try to explain to you what is also different and forgetting things what was very common in Russian way, and still maybe this all instructor use this way. I talk about instructors with my age or older than me. I don't know their teaching or life is anymore. Even I never believe I will live that much long, but I'm still alive. But this what we learn 80s.
Mm.
You want me to tell you a short story about that?
Sure. Go ahead, man. Yeah.
So, point shooting is officially 1930s, discovered by some captain, English captain, UK captain, was serving in Shanghai. Okay, then
Mm.
in Second World War they need concealment, like handguns, and then America never practiced with handgun before, but they need for Europe, like undercover against German to fight.
Mm.
So they try to find the quickest way to teach them how can be accurate with and use handgun. And Mr. Applegate um, call this Mr. Maybe I am wrong pronouncing, but Fire Fireburn or something like that. English.
Fairbairn. Fairbairn. Yeah. Yeah.
They also hand to hand mix up,
Yeah.
but this gentleman, UK gentleman, was technically discovered this point shooting,
Mm.
and after Second World War, everybody forgot about that.
Mm.
Okay, so I was lucky. On this time, on this one period of time was Russian and American together because they come from East, they come from West, and liberate Europe from Nazi. Anyway, um, and they exchange obviously the skills or whatever. So Russian, American big talkers, Russian never talk what they're doing. So
Mm.
KGB adapt this system, even research by psychologists, doctors, or whatever how is human work, and
Yeah.
find out this is only way you can win. Yeah, Otherwise, if you aim in classical way, no chance. Anyway,
Mm.
so I was lucky. My instructors, when I'm joined army and select for special unit, um, our instructor was teaching us this way of shooting, AK, handgun. Also, we have Scorpio, all Scorpio, Czech Republic used to produce. So every kind of firearms we use this way, and
Mm.
for me it was absolutely normal until I tell you, I go for gun license and I realize this is not normal for Western world. So this is story about point shooting. Mr. Suarez know about point shooting. He's used point shooting, but don't want to say officially because, again, I tell you, in most countries this considered like against law.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
care. I care for my life, for your life.
that's
Uh,
it.
I don't wish anyone ever to be involved in any firearms conflict or any kind of conflict when his life in danger. But you never know.
Yeah.
Better to prepare yourself in peace than in war
That's it.
to be ready.
The way that you speak, we're thinking very, very similarly on many things, and I it's the combative mindset. A lot of people sometimes they look at some of my videos where I do the knife stuff, and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing? You're gonna get
too aggressive.
you're gonna go to jail. You shouldn't teach this. This is not martial art. This is killing. This is this and that." And I said to them, "Look, at the end of the day, if you're fighting for your life, you need to use the most deadly, the most aggressive, the most violent approach that you can possibly master, and just throw it out there in the face of the enemy, because the enemy is going to do the same to you." So it's people are too much into the martial arts mindset of the art. It's the
Yeah,
same with the blade. You look at the Filipino martial arts, with the blade. I love it. I did a lot of Filipino blade work when I started to train with the knife. And then after, I thought to myself, okay, you can do everything nice with nice movement, or you can just grab the blade, and just put as many hole in his neck as possible, in as
Thi-
and
this
the
this
results.
were like dogs brothers,
Yeah,
you know.
Dog Brothers
Yeah,
is great. Yeah,
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 man. I also, my first teacher of Kali or Eskrima, whatever you like to call it, was Danilo Santo, believe or not.
yeah, yeah.
You know, and I was so impressed. And then I come back home and say, what the fuck am I doing? I
Mm,
already know butterfly swords. This is much more advanced than any kind of Kali and all this complication. What for? Because in real life, bam, 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 finish, or one
yeah,
bam and finish. And how you can carry two sticks with you every day? No, you
yeah.
will carry maybe button now. I recommend everyone to buy button. Doesn't matter legal or illegal. This is
Mm,
only give you some chance against knife, attack.
yeah, yeah,
For
yeah.
people who is
Telescope.
not really into martial art seriously, or combative, better to say.
Mm,
Anyway,
mm.
also people forgot martial. What is martial?
Yeah, Marshall
Eh,
is the war.
so
Is
why you,
warfare.
why you practice pussycat fucking bullshit?
Mm,
If you
yeah.
practice art to fight, you should be ready on anything,
Mm,
and not going to be nice, definitely,
of
and not
course.
going. Of course, I'm traditional also, so I talking from experience spending. I never regret all what I spend, in my
Yeah.
life in martial art. But you come on one stage to say, what I fucking I doing? Okay, what I doing I know, but what I fucking teaching? You know,
Mm,
why I spending that? And plus, come new generation, they don't have any more willpower to stay 1 year, 2 years, or whatever to mastering something.
yeah. People
And
want everything. They want everything straight away.
yeah, yeah. So technically, I can give you straight away or for extreme short period of time. And
Mm,
this is why I'm kind of proud. And this is my final footprint. This what I create, and also I lock and say system. I was thinking about this because I'm flexible too. You have to follow system until you become instructor level or master level. After
yeah.
is yours. But if you teach, you should follow this system. This guarantee you safety and also reputation. Because I select, I check, I tested years and years. So you don't have to do it. Just follow.
So
Once you reach some level, then you have to suit all technique or pick up what is good for you. But if you want to be instructor, you have to be very, very serious, and you have to follow A, B, C, D to
mm,
teaching, because I didn't spend 30 or 50 years in martial art for nothing
mm.
to select you this, few things what you must do it to be winner, or at least to survive some
It's the
serious situation.
fundamentals. The fundamentals are very important. And they say that mastery is the ability to apply the fundamentals really, really well at a high level under stress. That's because people say, oh, the foundation is just the foundation. Then when you become the master, you learn the advanced stuff. I said, no, the advanced stuff is being able to apply the very fundamentals under pressure at a high level. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. No,
Very
that's what.
good. You
So
said
so
very good.
so how many instructors have you got in the world? Have you got people a bit everywhere in the world? Yeah,
Uh, about what? Firearms or hand to hand or what?
firearms.
Firearms, I think 12 only for all these
Okay.
years. I'm very selective for this because
Yeah, you have to be.
my you see, you can reach level 3. This is top level. You can be performing everything fantastic, but maybe you're not a good teacher. You don't know
Yeah.
how to explain. Okay, or you can be very good with explaining and performing no good. So I'm very selective because I don't want my students, especially in firearms, to embarrass me anyway. Any
Yeah.
my instructor with license to teach can stay on front any SWAT or professional and improve something and not to embarrass
Mm.
himself and my school. So I'm
Y-
very selective who I give, and this is only depends on me still. So
mm.
don't guarantee you can get license even you have level 3.
I,
You have to
I
prove yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I was having this conversation with a friend of mine, actually not too long ago, a couple of days ago, and we were saying there are people that are very very good at what they do, but they're not good teachers. They don't know how to teach. They don't know how to explain, but they can. Oh yeah, they can fight. They can fight really really well. But when it comes to passing on the knowledge, they just don't have it in them to teach. And then there are some people that are very very good teacher, but they cannot fight. Do you know what I mean? And unfortunately there is a lot of people like this. There is more people that are good teachers that cannot fight, and then there are a few people, it's more rare, there are a few people that are very very good teacher and they can fight. they can
Yeah.
they can make it work. These are the people I go to. I've always been very selective in my head who I learn from, because what's the point to go and learn from somebody who wouldn't be able to make it work in real life, or somebody who is not good at explaining stuff? So you're right there. You got to have a good balance between being good at explaining stuff and also being able to make it work in practice.
Yeah, I standing behind every my decision and everything what I teach. I even I say from 80s I say this because I start to teach relatively very young. They push me, my instructors, they push me to open club. I never want to teach. I just want to learn, but you see life is kind of take you completely different way.
Yeah.
Plus I tell you, I'm no big talker, but you can see I can talk.
Mm,
uh, when is need, yes, I know what to say, and also I can talk and walk, how you
yeah.
guys say, investor, not just talker or just walker.
Yeah.
So this is CQB Group International, because CQB, just again, is just my logo and my name of my school or business. Today is not related on what people now associate with CQB name.
Yeah. So I tell you what, that one thing I was thinking of when you were talking about point shooting earlier on, and I wanted to ask you what you thought about is, what do you think about cert guns and the utilization of cert guns for training?
Uh, Definitely, it's good mm, for gun disarming, gun retention is good. But again, if you don't have access, like some country, even this is not allowed to get, or have to
Yeah,
have some funny colors and other things. Uh, Better something than nothing.
yeah.
But again, is not these new BBs. You talk about handgun or what you
I,
talking about?
I'm
I have to
talking
make
about what.
different because kind of slightly different. Yeah.
Okay, what I'm talking is I'm talking about cert gun, which is basically it's a gun with two lasers, one to find the wall, and the second one when you press the behind the wall of the trigger.
Okay, I'm not familiar with this.
Okay, so it's some sort of, it's a training aid. It's a training aid for
It's good. You see, I don't have here because this is I use for teaching.
that's a Glock
I have
17.
laser what is set up here in the
Yeah,
side, okay,
yeah,
and here is have some buttons. So when you
yeah,
squeeze, a laser work. If you lose this, I used to use
yeah,
for dry training, but again, like I don't know what to tell you.
yeah,
The- every tools is good,
yeah,
definitely. Even you don't have handgun. Some people, like for example, Singapore, not allowed to even think about gun. You know, and I have a
yeah,
lot of students from Singapore, and funny because they all serve army, you know, and exposed for guns, but like civilian, not allowed. Anyway, and everybody find, oh, I don't have gun for training. Really? It's bullshit. Look, this is same like you holding gun. This is two hands grip. So
yeah,
practice without gun is
yeah,
this motion have to come in your subconscious mind
yeah.
and to be automatic if you really want to reach a level when you can kind of win fight. You know, if you don't practice and you don't do it, and any tools is good.
Do you
Even
know
you
what
don't have to.
they said? The dry fire drill is, you can build more skill with doing dry fire drills, for all the manipulations, the weapon access, the mag change, the
Yeah,
transition from carabin to pistol, all this stuff, that you can build a lot of skills just with the gun, with the toy, with the BB gun, or with the
yeah,
airsoft, which is what I'm using anyway. That's the only thing I can use in this country.
yeah. It's no big difference now if you have a good BB or
Yeah,
airsoft. You know, some brand is almost identical. You know, with weight, with everything like
yeah,
real
yeah,
gun and function also. Plus, can shoot very accurate. What I find out because I use in force on force. Uh, uh, Definitely dry training. We used to say before like 70% dry training and 30%, fire. Um,
yeah.
Again, today is very difficult. So use anything what you can to
It's true.
simulate, but try to be same kind of weight.
Yeah.
Like also when you pulling trigger, it's different when you pulling trigger on empty gun and different when bang come.
Hmm.
So this again in my teaching, almost 99% school around the world is when you go, you say trigger control, then you're clicking, 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 clicking like idiot. I say they behind, they don't know what to teach you. You know,
Mm.
why you fucking clicking on empty gun? Then you put bullet, it's completely different feeling and
The
clicking.
trigger squeeze.
You know,
Yeah.
and depends which gun you use. Is like Glock is called constant pressure, or you use other type when it's first very hard to pull and then all other easy. Like try to be realistic. What you want to do with this?
Mm.
When you
Mm.
teach people, and also when you practice. Here in Southeast Asia, you have is flourish. Shooting. You have zillion instructor promote themselves to instructor. They literally, I feel sorry for some of them, and I'm very surprised no accident happen often of what they teach and how they teach. So any tools is good.
So, what's your preference? What's your preference when it comes to the mechanic of guns? Do you prefer single action, double action, or striker fire?
I prefer Glock just to make simple. Okay,
Yeah.
so again, this is funny story. I hear about Glock from newspaper. I was in Australia, and then when I visit my country, my student who has was head of for special unit instructor insists he just get Glock. I'm not sure, maybe 90s, early 90s. insist to shoot. And I say, I don't want to shoot this plastic. I hear about this gun. This is toy. Plus, look how ugly it's flat on top, like all guns used to be curved, you know. And after he's insisting I have to shoot, so I try, okay, fuck off, And boom, boom, I like to go, like with one hand, go, everything, bang, 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 bang. And then I pay attention and then I say, okay, I have to stop to be traditional idiot. And this is most advanced gun what I ever shoot. And this how I become worship to Glock, also suit to this what I teaching because Glock don't have traditional safety. Because if you have safety, you dead. Uh, with all respect to 1911 and whatever classics, and most guns, this is stupidity for people who is not trained and to stop them to be easy on trigger, and this is why they create this type of guns. Plus, hammer or cock, Glock don't have. Everything is internal, so no obstruction, no cannot catch your clothes or whatever. Is just unbelievable perfect gun, and is like designed for point shooting because it's flat on top, so very easy to get feeling where you and when you should
align
feel.
yeah.
I mean, guy who is create Mr. Glock probably never was into shooting, but he's genius. He's make fantastic job. And
Austrian, I think, is Austrian.
yeah. Glock is order for Austrian SWAT originally, Glock 17, and then come Glock 19, and now have 1,000,000,000
all
variations
different types
of
of Glock.
calibers or whatever. I'm lost. I know only 34. What is your use air marshals, and I prefer Glock 17 for some reason. Even Glock 19 is most popular. But I still prefer shoot to me in Glock 17, maybe because I shoot a long time. So this is my preference. So Glock is have constant pressure. So this is gun what I prefer and what is suit to this what I promoting or teach way of shooting. So consistency is very important. So why not to be even trigger? Why you have to have one hard and then all other easy or whatever they're making now market.
Yeah.
And safety, only this is your safety. No any other external bullshit safety you need it because in real life it'll cost you life if you save.
So there's another question I wanted to ask you. You know that there's some people that will teach you to have the gun in condition one all the time until you're ready to shoot, and then as you access, cock it and present the gun, and then you have people that'll teach you to be in a condition two or condition three. What's your take on all this? What do you think? What do you train? What do you teach?
I try to preserve people's life. So bullet must be in my school, must be in your barrel.
In the chamber.
Yeah, doesn't matter law. You choose what you want, your life or law. Okay? And if you carry this for no fun, you obviously carry for if you police guy because you have to, it's part of your equipment or tools. Or if you're civilian, you should not muck around with this. If it's your life in danger, you should carry. If you don't, not why you carry gun,
Yeah.
So again, my my motto is to preserve people life. Use weapon in self-defense. Most people, what I teaching civilians, around the world, is in this position. Of course, if it's army and police, I teaching slightly different. only slightly different, but this is only how you pulling handgun from your holster because there is restrict. And this what you show me you wrecking gun like that. Yeah, this what you show me.
No, no, one sec.
Don't don't. This is Israeli style. This is most stupid things what you can do it.
One sec. Actually, I have it here. One sec. Oh yeah. So what I do is I I just I just I just do it like this.
Okay.
Or I mean, yeah, like just switching like this and then come back up.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is one way. Very close to, but you improve. What they call Israeli. You know, Israeli like to do like this, lift up on your chin level, and
Yeah,
then pushing and pulling slide. You know.
yeah,
Okay. So they say nothing in chamber. Okay. In my
yeah.
school, I tell you one of my trademark was actually not my it's old fashioned. So in my school you use I call monkey grip.
Yeah,
Okay? Why monkey? Because monkey don't use thumb.
yeah,
So
yeah.
okay, you remember before I tell you flat line should suit to everyone. How
Mm-hmm.
small lady can grab with two fingers or like that, how you grab, okay? Somebody called butterfly, you know, somebody
Yeah,
grab on front, somebody
yeah.
grab on neck, doesn't matter, but very similar, okay? Or somebody do from down.
Mm-hmm.
But with real gun, try to do this few times, you will find out even you very strong, you're not going to do it anymore because this you can do with modified spring inside, what is for shooter like to do it, to
Mm.
be more easy and you have special munition and tra la la blah blah blah. If you try to do with factory gun and just say raining, okay,
Yeah, it's wet.
but
Yeah, you'll
it's
slide.
not going to work. If you try to use
Yeah,
if you try to use button how sport shooter like to
yeah.
drop, you know, um, where you going in stress to find this fucking button? Or if you
Mm.
have gloves, if it's winter in
Yeah,
Europe. So you remember what I mentioned to you, 95% technique, what can work for everyone, I teach. If it
yeah.
don't work for everyone, I don't teach.
Mm.
Plus, why you stressing yourself? Like, look this, boom,
Yeah.
brrr, yeah, okay? Until you lift up there, I, I will shoot you already from my hip position. You
Mm.
understand?
Yeah, yeah.
And if you have follow law, so no nothing in chamber, all right, you lift. I have to stand a little bit. You lift up,
Yeah,
okay. You point gun already ready to shoot, okay.
yeah,
You don't have bullets. You press, okay, and
yeah.
shoot. It's much quicker than to lift up on eye
Yeah,
level or chest
yeah,
level or whatever. Is life is very simple, man. People making complicated
yeah.
in following something. You know from where it's come this. Do you know? You want
No.
true story? You want
From,
true story?
yeah, go on, yeah.
Maybe will offend your Israeli friend, but also I have Israeli friend too. Kind of one of very good, Avinardia, for
Oh, yeah,
example.
yeah, I've heard of
Yeah,
Avi.
hey, my very close friend. So anyway, you know, when Israelis start to promoting Krav Maga and then shooting become famous and tralala blah blah blah. Okay, they don't have any skill with handgun. They have only machine gun.
Yeah.
Okay, alright? So they try to copy. Good idea, but you know, simple sometimes cannot be stupid also. You know,
Mm.
so you know, like M4, you grab on the back and you pulling. Yeah,
Yeah.
so this this loading first bullet is come from rifle. Okay, they try to copy same things what they do with rifle, what they practice in army.
Yeah.
Okay, you see how it's simple.
Mm.
You know why is American like barrel down?
Barrel down.
Yeah, like with machine gun or handgun
For
doesn't matter.
there is
We-
different schools. I mean, some of them are barrel up, and it's
no,
easy.
no, 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 no.
Yeah,
Just recently, maybe last year, I start barrel up.
yeah,
And this revolutionary come. I saw this video because my student send me and say ha ha ha, because I teaching both because I have
yeah,
to, but natural is muzzle up, and this
yeah.
is
Because
is block. This is
it's
Russian
easy.
style.
Yeah, yeah,
Muzzle down is come from kill house
yeah.
because instructor in all kill house walking on top and looking how you shoot. So
Ah,
not
right.
to not to shoot idiot on top,
Yeah,
they start to creating muscle down.
but it's not good because somebody can grab your before you grab your
Oh,
gun up.
of course. But you see these small details, people still don't understand.
Mm,
Even people who is living from this teaching firearms. So now you understand why I'm kind of maybe sometimes sound like arrogant, but when I'm research all this stuff, I find out what are funny stories and people don't realize.
yeah, yeah.
Um, uh, this video, what I tell you, somebody sent me some Navy SEAL and Green Beret discover muzzle up is more natural than muzzle down. Wow, and this is last year.
Mm,
Hello, you go in car. What is more practical, muzzle down or muzzle up?
mm.
It's just common sense, but
Well,
they never open mind, and experiment with everything. So I teach you muzzle down and muzzle up
yeah,
because people should know both, definitely.
yeah,
It doesn't matter, this with gun, handgun is
yeah.
down or like when you come in kill house, safety procedure is you keep your handgun like that, and then you start to shoot because in kill house you don't react, you react with exposed gun.
Mm.
Uh, you know what I mean? I hope so. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, generally, like I said to you, as a joke, I got my airsoft here. I shown you earlier on. I got like AR-15 platform here, weapon systems, and what I'm doing is I'm doing I sweep. I sweep the house like pretty
Yeah.
much every night when I do it, and in the house, because it's narrow door frame and stuff like that, and with the rifle, it's difficult. It's very difficult to go from you know like a door frame, depending, if you have a center fed room or a corner fed room, and it's like shit. If my rifle is down, it's going to be very difficult for me to cut the pie.
Yeah.
I think I feel more comfortable with the rifle up, and
Because
then dropping it.
also you cannot shoot everyone. If he's innocent person and approach you, and
Yeah,
you come in this moment in room, and you should not shoot him, it's more easy to hit him like that than to lift up and stab him or whatever.
yeah, yeah.
It's just common sense, man. But people lost this simplicity and common sense.
Mm,
And I'm very surprised because if you spend all your life into this, you should analyze, man. You should try.
yeah.
You should know. You have famous names. I don't want to mention them. Until 20 years ago, they're talking about if you grab handgun, if you grab handgun from for barrel, it will burn or cut your fingers or whatever.
No, bollocks.
Idiots. This is famous
Mm,
people, instructors, big name. I don't want to offend them, but they learn lesson, because I demonstrate this. Uh, we play like that, even with AK. You cannot stop, difficult because very strong. But anyway, handgun you can.
yeah.
Um,
If you grab it like
it's jam. It's jam. Yeah.
yeah,
But,
one shot is gonna go, one shot
but,
is gonna go, but
but
then this is the empty case is gonna stay stuck in
that's
here.
it. That's it. This wise gun disarming possible, but
Yeah,
you have to know technique. No every gun disarming is practical. Again, not nice to say, but in most school, Krav Maga, not every school, because Krav Maga is now become like mess, 1,000 people teaching different things.
Tell me
Uh,
about it.
this is suicidal, most of this classical, like this stuff and all this bullshit. This idiots, even they grab gun and they kick you. Uh, so help you to shoot him, second time, or to separate from them. Like nonsense, yeah. But
Yeah. To be very honest with you, when it comes to gun disarms, yeah, it's not something. It's something that I had a look. I had a look at it when I was at an earlier stage of my martial art career. I looked into it, and then when I got into combatives, 90% of what I used to do, I stopped doing it. I just thrown it in the toilet and I flushed it. Because if somebody has a gun on you, first of all, you know it yourself. If somebody knows how to use a gun, they'll take you out of an ambush. You're not gonna see it coming, and that's it. But if
you know,
somebody's stupid, they don't know what they're doing, and they have the gun right in your face, then potentially there's stuff you can do. But there's a lot of gun disarm that are not realistic, not at all.
this is why you have to come and learn in my school. So no,
Mm,
not to be suicidal. How to say? Sad story is so many martial artists teaching gun disarming, and they even don't know how it's work handgun.
mm.
You can see, like just terrible, But who I am to stop them? Everybody have their life and they
Yes.
follow us. Good luck to everyone, but of course it's not good. Uh,
You, you know
no,
my
you see, gun disarming is possible. Definitely, again, I can prove by myself. Is based on this. If he's want to shoot you, he will shoot you already. So obviously he's want to scare you. So psychology is
y-
involved.
yeah.
So then if you like. If you extreme close quarter, put gun on you, pressing you, put in your mouth or whatever, this is easy, believe or
Mm,
not.
yeah.
But you have to know Wing Chun.
Mm,
Okay, only Wing Chun can sort out this problem, and you'll never be injured. And plus, you don't know what I'm going to do. So you surprise me with gun, like give me your money or whatever. You remember I tell you buying time.
mm,
You have verbal, you have physical. All right.
mm.
So verbal is you ask me for money, I ask you back. Do you want credit card or cash?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
in this moment, you have chance. You
It's
create
making
this.
you think.
Yeah,
Pattern interruption. Yeah, yeah.
his brain start to work and get
Yeah.
out from original idea, and it's your chance. Or
Mm,
physically, you can throw your cap, you can throw your cigarette,
mm.
yeah, whatever you have, but you need skill. Don't try if you never practice anything.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you try this in dojo or whatever, of course you know what I'm going to do. I know what you're going to do. So it's difficult. You
Yeah.
understand? But in real life, if somebody approaches like this with gun, he surprise you and then you surprise him. So you understand? In this context, if you're looking like this bigger picture, is possible. Or if it's some of Taliban or whatever get you, for hostage or whatever, you can choose. Do you want to beg your government for to buy you, or to be cutthroat, or you will try something. So
Yeah.
um, you, depends from which perspective you're looking and who is in front you.
Yeah, of course.
People, I have a challenge, like kind of challenge. People ask me, what about like this? Like just say, gun is like that.
Oh, yeah, and you hold it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you want to scare me or you scared from me? I will walk away, if you put gun like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm,
Like unrealistic approach of real situation.
mm.
You see, if he's pushing you there, only what you have to turn like that, and of course use your hands,
Yeah,
if you know what to do, and knock him down. Yeah.
yeah.
Or people like taking gun. You know, necessary once you mastering hand to hand. you don't need to touch gun.
Yeah.
If it's behind you, you don't need. Very hard to explain. I have
Mm.
specific technique, very very simple and can work.
Yeah.
Okay, aggressive work. So no, like you put gun like this and you holding. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
grab me, for my column or grab me for hair or whatever. I give people to improvise realistically,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then you can do more easy, believe or not, because his
Mm.
hand is too busy, and this gun is only what you have to avoid.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's possible if, but you have to know basic martial art or
Yeah.
advanced martial art. So this,
Generally, generally the way that I see it for gun disarm is principle base is basically comply, get your hands close to the weapon, clear of the line of fire as you control the weapon, and then do anything you want to get the weapon of him. Like
this is on front. When it's gun on front, you is kind of very easy.
mm,
Become difficult from side or from the back.
from the back. Yeah.
Okay, so I have technically three basic techniques. One from front, any level doesn't matter,
Yeah.
and then something about your shoulder blades, above. One technique I call elbow up, elbow down, and other one is when it's low, you have to feel gun, but of
Yeah.
course you have to make sure it's gun there. Is no point finger on you
Yeah.
or,
Yeah.
or knife. With knife is different,
Oh yeah.
so everything we have similar approach, but I tell
Mm,
you, can work. I can prove to you if you ever show up.
yeah.
Even even what I'm going to. I mean, I will know what you're going to do, and I can prove to you because again, a specific way of this specific Wing Chun technique is create you like Superman to be in extreme close quarter.
Mm, mm, true. I know. There is this guy I've started to follow, a Ukrainian guy, who is shooting very fast in all direction. You know, instructor
Ah,
Mato.
yeah, I saw.
What do you think about this? Because I've heard the people, like some of the American instructors, saying, "Ah, this is bullshit. This is too dangerous. The guy's gonna shoot himself and this." But this guy is shooting three targets or four targets, uh, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, in just a second, couple of seconds, like really fast, really rapid. What do you think about this type of shooting?
It's possible, but is kind of unrealistic. It's more like what's called this movie, famous movie,
John Wick.
John Wick. Yeah.
Yeah.
uh, kind of something. It's just you have to divide, separate exhibition and real life.
Mm,
You know. So if you have three person, why you fucking standing there? You just have to kneel. One shoot in stomach, one shoot. Yeah, like or just walk in one direction and you can have exact the same. It's just exhibition how fast can be and what's
yeah.
possible. I use a similar method, not like that. I have my specific things, but I like also to shoot, or my students should shoot in all direction because in real life you cannot choose. Where is your enemies,
Yeah.
and once you move, of course you have to follow what's going on um, around you. So very difficult to be surrounded with three close guys and to have handgun like that. Okay,
Mm,
so if they don't have weapons point on you, how you can shoot them? Against law. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So depends from which angle you're looking, and is I look in this like extremely good demonstration, very
Mm,
impressive. Some of video was speed up. I don't know by him or somebody,
mm,
but of course it's very fast. And this way I shooting too, because I shooting. Maybe you see photos like that, and
mhm.
this is funniest. Elbow up, and shoot from here.
So what you do when you bring your elbow up because you're lifting the shirt, no? Some people do this. They lift the shirt to access the weapon, and they still got the elbow pointing towards the target.
Yeah, you can do this, but I don't do for this reason. This keep secret on this moment. I love people who try to copy me. They have no idea what it's all about. So I still enjoying until somebody shoot themselves in elbow, you know, because nobody have this. You know, some people think he's hitting with his elbow. He's not. Uh, he's
Mm,
buying time. Okay, to
yeah,
give
yeah.
you puzzle, he's buying time, but it's no complete demonstration because I don't want to give publicly. Of course I give my student and they know
Yeah.
what, because when you want to move on the right side, on the left side is very easy. You just go um, sideways, you know. But when you want to move on right side and your right hand, uh, how to shoot quick, but you have to move and shoot.
Mm, yeah.
You remember I tell you catapult.
Yeah.
So I have to like take off very quick, pull gun and shoot you from my hip position. Technically this is hip position, but because your twisting body looks like it's come your underarm or solar plexus or stomach. You understand?
Mm,
Because you're twisting body. Uh, I can tell you what is this. You know what is this? After we finish this, call me again and I'll tell
sure, sure.
you. Yeah. I
You,
don't have secret. I just don't like when people try to steal and
yeah, I hear you,
make
man.
fucking make stupid dumb. You know, because they don't know what it's all about.
Yeah.
Very simple.
So what about shooting in motion? See, like people teach you how to shoot from a nice position, like foot positioning, like weight distribution, pistol grip, like sight alignment, sight picture, trigger squeeze, all this stuff. But how about shooting from motion while you're walking, while you're running, and shooting accurately while you are running or walking?
Yeah, yeah. This is all about.
Mm,
This is target what you should achieve, because you can see also sport shooter especially they run and they stop and shoot.
yeah,
Yeah, you know, uh, why you fucking stop?
yeah.
You dead if you stop. You have to move and try to hit target. This is should be top priority.
Mm,
Again, doesn't matter which kind of firearms you have. You have a rifle, you have a shotgun, or you have slightly different because these two rifle and shotgun you have to hold with two hands.
yeah,
Handgun you can hold with one hand. In my school also uniqueness, um, when I teach 50-50, of course, two hands and
mm-hmm,
one hand. But 70% one hand, I like to say like this symbolically or whatever, or
yeah,
75% one hand and 25 or 30% two hands. In some American school, for example, they never shoot with one hand. They say, no, accurate, dangerous, tralala, blah, blah, blah.
yeah,
It's pure bullshit because you're in stress. You will react with one hand much quicker than two hands. You understand? And
mm,
you need other hand for practical reason to open door behind you to get your VIP behind you
yeah,
or you walking on the back or you running on the back and you shooting, you know, not to hit something and trip over or hit your head somewhere. So everything what I teach is have practical application, not just
yeah,
because it looks cool. uh, like you see I going on the back and shoot. um, Recently, just now, I saw a few video. Some American famous instructor. Again, don't want to mention them. Good luck to them. Um, at least they wake up. You know. Then when you see American going on the back or prone or
yeah,
whatever, prone maybe, kneeling yes, but
mm,
when they're going on the back, on the side, falling down or whatever, like hit seriously, no, just nice and smooth. You know, no way. Now they wake up and say, "Oh shit!" You know. So
mm,
I'm happy I wake up long time ago. Actually, people wake me up. I don't know. I wake up because you see when you go on the back, this is this. just say you have knife. You remember what we mentioned, 7 foot, or 7 meters. I like
Yeah,
to call
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah. 21
according to
foot,
the
7
metric, yeah,
meters.
around. Um, this is joke. Like you have knife, you pulling knife. I can be on front you, and I will shoot you before you slash me.
Mm.
How? Falling on the back. Believe
Yeah,
it or not.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's so simple. This is the only way. Because if you want to stab me, if you want to go like I speak,
yeah, yeah.
maybe it's a little bit difficult. But
Mm.
again, I don't have to fall down on front you. I can go on the side or whatever. But it's very simple once you know. And when you're familiar with your gun and you don't have to lift up and use your sides, to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? If you
Yeah.
if you far away enough, you have VIP. You just drop VIP. You lean on front him. You lift up your knees and you shoot between your knees. So
Yeah.
your shins, your muscles protecting bullets who is coming towards you to hit your vital organs, with squeezing your legs. Of course,
Mm.
when I start to teach you completely open, and then level two, level three, slowly, slowly, instructor level, completely cover
Mm.
yourself. Um, when you loading, when you loading magazine, I teaching to hold gun there.
Yeah. In the
If you
workspace.
have to reload, because you see this piece of metal, my fist or whatever, protecting 1/3 of my face.
Mm.
No, on the middle, because you have to non-stop looking target. All
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But at least some piece of metal and something protect my head. If you reloading, you should kneel. You become 50% smaller, okay, for your enemy.
Mm.
Plus, you have your forearm, you have your knee, everything protecting your center line. So kind of you sidewise when you reload it. Doesn't
Mm.
matter, machine gun, handgun, same principles I follow. Machine gun, you use this piece of metal, to protect yourself. Like transition, what you like, what you mentioned a few times. Like just say you shoot rifle, most people will swing or
Swing
whatever.
to the
All right.
transition to the pistol. Yeah.
Okay. Old fashioned, what I teaching, or what I call old fashioned, I don't know, maybe new fashion for you guys. But
Yeah.
okay, click, not working. All right, pull back. So all this piece of metal is protecting my body. Pull gun, okay, and shoot back.
Ah. Yeah.
Um, can be muzzle down, can be muzzle up. Depends. Or you have to run, and you don't want to throw your gun because it's still just jam. You throw on the back. Maybe you see some video before. I didn't want to give, but now I give. Doesn't matter. They can think about what it's all about. Then you have two free hands and you can run or whatever. Don't have anything to swing on front you or sidewise.
Mm.
So you see, these small things is make my school different than most of school around what I know.
Yeah.
Okay, I cannot guarantee. There is some extremely good instructor too. What also I respect, older than me and younger maybe than me. But in global, if you're looking, 95%, I think, no idea what they're fucking teaching. Yeah. They're
Mm.
playing with people life, giving fake confidence. Same with knife, same with other
Yeah.
type of, skill. I always looking for self-defense, self-offense. Doesn't matter you're civilian or you're professional. You
Mm.
should you should be able to protect your life.
It's
If you
true.
soldier, you just obey your command. You have to go to fight. Maybe not justify with your moral or whatever, but you have to fight. Otherwise, you'll be dead anyway. Uh,
True.
so, so you cannot blind people, or tell me how I teaching violence or you teaching violence. This is what you mentioned before, aggression, whatever. You have to train people what really can face in or simulate closer possible, um, to be realistic what they can be happen.
Yeah. It's true. So do you also obviously train to shoot with your non-dominant hand? With your if you're right-handed, train does all to shoot with the left hand, just one
Uh,
hand.
yes, yes, I give people to shoot my student, but I tell him again, my honest opinion, no good. If your right hand always can be better than your left hand.
But what if you're
Don't
right?
risk. Don't risk.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is that what if your right hand is compromised? What if you get shot in your right arm and you cannot use it anymore?
This is why I tell you, I teach.
Mm.
But I say, if you have chance, people try, like to sweep raffle, left shoulder,
Yeah.
right shoulder, whatever. I'm against this too. Like,
Okay.
if is this your dominant side, always will be better than other one. Or even you practice double. Well, I was maniac, so I was practice with my left hand even to right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and when you reach some age, you realize you fucking what you doing, idiot. Never going to be happen. Of course, I use for punching or whatever,
Yeah.
but never will be like this. So this is my opinion again. But I
Okay.
give people option. I have few
Yeah.
people who can shoot with left and right hand identically, what is very unusual. But
Mm.
it is exists like these people.
What is your opinion on how do you run your sling on a rifle? You know, some people they like 1 point sling or 2 point sling or 3 point sling. Yeah, I find that the 1 point sling I don't like it because when I let the rifle go, it doesn't hit me in the bullocks. Do you know what I mean? Like I try to put it to the side, but it comes in the front and it's in between my.
Yeah, but man, is fashion. McPool. You remember?
Mm,
Of course, classical, classical. 2 point string,
yeah.
classical way, Russian style. Put around your neck. If you have to put under, okay, but make sure you have enough space. And I just like classical, something what can work all the time and
Yeah.
no mistake.
Old school. Yeah.
Oh, it's called old school, but you see, slowly coming back this old school and turn to be the best school.
You know why? The so one of my friend used to say old school is always better because old school is the old tricks that always work and will always work even when they switch the computers off and the phones and the computer and the electricity is gone, the old school is going to come back, it's going to make its comeback.
Of course.
Yeah.
But guess what? East Bloc. East Bloc. I don't know how to call. On this time was West Bloc, and East Bloc with America and Russia. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So so our training was brutal. This never will go past in US. Even the special forces, Delta Force or Green Berets before or whatever, they have Navy SEAL. Um, they have brutal training too.
Yeah.
But ours was more brutal, if I can say like that, because nobody give a fuck if you have injury or you
Yeah.
fuck up yourself. You have to fucking do it, and
Yeah.
this make you mentally different. And we learn to improvise. Like Western people is depend on technology. We
Yeah.
can improvise everything. This again, people like to ask me what you prefer, AK or M4, platforms. I say, of course, AK. AK is like four-wheel drive. We'll go fucking everywhere anytime.
Yeah.
And M4 is like Porsche. Yes, it's good, nice, sexy, whatever, but little bit dirt and fuck, you can throw in rubbish.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
if you don't have cleaning kit with you, and then you dead. Yeah,
Even with the ammunition, you know, when you look at the 7.62, is brilliant ammunition compared to
yeah.
most rifles. It's gonna go through a brick wall. It's gonna go through pretty much everything. Uh,
Anyway, not because I'm come from this part of world. I try to be honest with myself. Yes, M4 is definitely more sexy.
Mm,
Like no sharp edges, you cannot injure yourself on your gun or whatever. But the AK, you take off cover from your spring on the back.
mm.
You shoot. Not going to take off your eyes. You'll sit in there and shoot. Even brr, if you have this option, you take off all, still will shoot, but you have to rack each bullet. It's amazing.
Mm.
You understand? Try to do this with M4 or whatever. Yeah, like I have one video, like a photo. What when I'm teaching in Serbia, I do push-ups, on AK,
With the
and
guns, yeah.
I say, don't try this with M4. It will break fucking your nose. It will break. So anyway, this is my opinion. You ask me, I give you answer.
Nice
Straightforward.
one. I tell you what, I'll ask you a last little question, and then we can maybe start wrapping up. Um, what do you think about the Heckler and Koch in
The
terms
best.
of? I really like to. I always
I,
really like Heckler and Koch.
I love it. I
Uh,
love it.
it's very good weapon systems, isn't it? Like,
This submachine gun. I talk about old fashioned because
yeah,
MP7 looks like spaceship. Anyway, you cannot buy it because it's um, I shoot. I shoot prototype when I come first time in Australia. Fantastic man. MP7. I don't know you ever see because they're selling I think only to army or special order.
mm,
But MP5 fucking the best with this racking, in
yeah.
front, fantastic.
Even the handguns, like I got a replica here, a Heckler and Koch USB.
I don't like it. I
I've
don't like,
tried it in real life.
especially magazine release you have on trigger
Yes,
guard. Yeah, I
it's
don't like it.
ambidextrous.
I don't like it. I
Yeah.
mean, most guns now changing. I don't know how much you follow. I don't follow much. I don't know by names, but I
Mm,
can see most of them start to copy Glock. Before
yeah,
they put shit, now everyone become plastic. Everyone try to hide if it's not take off cock, on the back.
yeah.
Um,
The hammer.
Even new TZ looks exactly like Glock. Even they start to put double trigger. Probably they don't know why, but should ask.
Okay. I
If you ask me, worst handgun, Beretta 92, one of the
92.
most popular gun in
Yeah,
US because I'm not sure, but definitely this working with commission, to generals or whatever idiots,
yeah,
because this is shittest gun what I ever create, I think.
yeah,
Heavy, bulky for no reason, only good when you want to put in parts.
yeah,
Don't have cover, on top because I say when they're making, they say, "Oh shit, it's too heavy, man. What to do? I just cut fucking slides and we explain for cooling, Like really,
Pietro Beretta. They said the slide is getting the gun is getting too hot very rapidly. Is getting hot. It jams every fucking 2 3
man,
seconds.
it's
Yeah,
terrible gun. Yeah,
yeah.
some Brazilian version I think was even worse.
No
Okay,
problem.
this you didn't ask me, but I cannot refuse um, to say something like this because I like to put shit on something. What is most people thinking different, and they don't know why.
Yeah. It's good to have it's good to have opinions like based on your own experience, of what you just kind of take this methodology and this methodology and put it inside in the lab, and just find out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So would you say that, for example, in martial arts, I say that there's different types of body types. Some people are big and strong, some people are small and skinny, some people are short and fat, and so some things in martial arts are going to work better for certain people. So you know, depending on your body type, you will have certain advantage. Will it be reach or weight or mass or something? But with the firearm, would you say that there are that certain methodology when it comes to CQB would suit a person better than it would another person? Or do you think that there is a universal methodology that really fits everyone?
I try to make to fit everyone, but
Yeah,
of course depends of personality, depends of environment, depends of situation. You have to adapt. Depends of your body structure. Somebody have big tummy. You know you should know conceal carry. You know appendix carry. For example, you have to adjust to be realistic. You know what
yeah.
you want to use for.
Mm,
So this how I can describe is no universal answer. I teaching universal things, but then you have to select what is suit to your type of body or environment or whatever.
yeah,
Like also people like this holsters, you know, with button, with double, triple, you know. Um, I I don't prefer this. If you carry
uh,
gun with you, you should be able to pull gun quick as possible
yeah.
without any restriction. And if you want some restriction, you just tight this,
The
on your
screw, yeah,
horse
yeah.
screws. No everyone go repelling or whatever, so you can lose gun. But anyway, so is so many subjects to talk,
Uh,
and
I
depends on which angle you're looking. Yeah,
yeah. I like Kydex sheath for the firearms or even for the knives. I think because it's easy to pull out, and like you say, if you want it to be a bit more difficult, you just screw the screw
yeah,
with the joint with the plastic joint,
yeah.
and then
Cheap,
it's harder
cheap,
to
cheapest holster what you can buy this with button. This very popular around the world.
with the
Um,
button. Yeah.
this is most accident is happen because this stupid holster. You know, because when you press this and by accident you pull trigger together, bye bye. You know, you shoot yourself in leg. And they're still selling, and still idiots buying this shit. Yeah,
Mm.
this come, you know, from America comes so many fashion. You remember Magpul, Magpul. So they
Mag.
make it this plastic, kind of easy to uh, reload. Uh,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm, I'm thinking here. Check this. I have like three different things here. These are the one you're talking about with with the button.
yeah, throwing rubbish. This
Yeah, you have
throwing
to
rubbish.
press this one to take the yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
this one is difficult to pull when you really want to be quick. But this, like this type of sheath, where it just comes out and it clicks in, comes out, clicks
yeah,
in.
that's
This
it.
is my favorite. And then there is this one where you have to with your finger, you have to put your
Press,
finger under there to grab the this.
forget. This
Yeah,
is
it's
good for police. It's good
yeah,
for police, but for police, for example, is the best one. This what is Safari Land making first. You know, you have kind of cover on top. So
yeah.
when you press this cover come down, you can pull gun quick. Now
Mm,
making different, difficult. But generally, if you smell danger, you know, you just put down and use like this holster without any retention.
mm.
If you running or whatever, you put this cover. Yeah, depends how you carry. You have appendix carry, what is very popular now.
I like appendix carry for some reason. Some people
Yeah,
say it's
but it's not for everyone, man.
yeah.
Like if you know skillful, don't fucking play with this shit.
You're gonna shoot your dick off. Yeah, man.
You know what is fastest?
Well,
Cross carry, cross.
cross.
But nobody teach anymore.
Okay. Why is it
People
fast?
forgot. Yeah,
Why is
very
cross
difficult
very
to find holster for this. You know, they I have to make order, you know, special order to make cross carry.
So why is it faster, the cross carry?
Again, call me after, I will tell you.
All right, no
I have
problem.
to keep some secret.
Okay. I tell you what, if we can wrap up in any way, and once we go off live, I'll have a little chat with you anyway. But is there anything that you want to plug in on the web on this? Have you got a website? Have you got any seminars coming up? Anything that any courses or anything? Just be my guest.
Thank you very much, but nothing on this stage. I have already advertised. I going month by month.
Okay.
Um, if I'm here, but because still I have some jobs on the side and some project.
Yeah.
Um, nothing special. Everyone who is in goodwill and open mind, welcome to learn real combat shooting. Don't spend time and money on check who is your instructor and
Mm,
his background.
yeah. Yeah.
So
Oh,
this is just small advice. I don't claim I'm the best. Other people talking like this, the best school, blah, blah, blah. I never say for myself. Always somebody will be better. And again, I try to create student who is going to be better than me.
mm,
In martial art, this is always my idea. And also in firearms, I really try to teach people honest and straightforward, so can help you if you ever need in real life.
yeah. So you say you're in Thailand. You are in where are you in Bangkok? Is that where you live?
I'm in Bangkok. Actually, this is like a periphery of Bangkok. It's called Pathum Thani, but is if you look Bangkok like center is only 50 minutes, from center. Um,
Oh.
no far away. And I have a small shooting range. Hope so now will extend a little bit. Um, and welcome everyone. Just have to book me advance because like this what I teaching is no classical way of shooting.
Hmm.
Also, I my range is no classical way. You just come and you want to shoot, you pay me, money, you rent gun and bullets and just burning bullets. I don't teach like this. I'm open only when I have class, um,
Hmm.
and you have to book advance or groups or private lesson or whatever.
Okay.
Um, Advance.
So can people do that through your website, or do they have to get in touch with you, or how does that work?
The
Via
best
Facebook?
way, the best way is Facebook. I have few pages.
Yeah.
Also CQB Australia. Everywhere where I have students, I have page for like Hong Kong, China,
Okay.
US, yeah, Malaysia. I don't know how many. For Europe, I have one center in Serbia, but I
Mm.
also have CQB Germany because I have the instructors. So also we like family. I try to keep this family feeling
Mm.
between me and my student and special instructors. So this how it work. Facebook is the best.
Yeah.
Maybe new age people don't like it, but this is only work for me so far
Mm.
until they
Facebook is
block
good.
me, I will find email almost never use
Mm.
anymore. Website, I mean, I have website again, CQB Group International, TH, CO.th.
Hmm.
It's just for reference point for my contracts or whatever, but nobody contact me through website anymore.
Okay. Yeah. Old school all the
So,
way. Yeah. Bobby.
old school, yeah. I have all this WhatsApp, Line, Viber, all these kind of things, but I find out Facebook is most practical for me.
Yeah. Facebook works good for me as well. Most of my student I got through Facebook. Yeah. It's a good way to keep in touch with people.
Yeah, man.
Okay, I tell you what,
Okay,
I'll
let's
I'll have like a 5 minute chat with you if you have some time, but let's go offline off live. So for
Uh,
people for people that want to listen to this podcast again, that was a really interesting podcast with a lot of information on combat shooting with Bobby Gabershek. If anyone wants to watch this again, you can find it on my YouTube channel, Adrenaline Combatives, in the live section. Share it widely with everyone. Don't hesitate, and we shall see you next time, folks. Take care.